and washed it off a little bit with this awesome cleaner, man. It's one of the best bike cleaners going. Probably gonna have to adjust that probably gonna have to adjust that accelerator pump a little bit anyway, because it's, I don't have the, well, it's not only I have a Dynajet in it, I got an Andrews V4 cam, and I got Baisley tulip high flow valves, titanium nitrated stainless steel. They're much bigger than stock. They're bigger than the 82 cubic inch valves, so that puts a lot more gas in there. And what I need to do is lean out the accelerator pump so it doesn't squirt too much gas in there, because I notice I got to kind of roll on the throttle a little bit. I can't like snap it open. And now with no accelerator pump on it, it actually reacts better. So that's gonna be something I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna get that part in. This is like minor shit, man. I've had this engine out of here about 3 times, the whole thing. The trans out of it a few times. I've had the heads off of it separately several times, and that's because I was modifying it as I was going, and then eventually it was rebuilt with an S&S bottom end, and I had the Andrews V4 cam in it, but then we went to 20 over on the 1200 pistons, did a little head work on it. It's got the Dynajet, so it looks really stock. It's got the Screaming Eagle carb, whatever the hell air filter bullshit. That's why it has an air horn on it. It's got the Screaming Eagle ignition without the rev limiter. It's got a different advance curve on it. It's a little bit better, but I also keep the points in there just in case. I have a quick disconnect on the bottom in case it ever craps out. I can just keep going. Got a little dinky oil cooler in the front. It's got the adjustable push rods that are a little bit lighter. The triple wound springs, valve springs for higher RPM. It's got the stock clutch. I found out you know what it's got? It's got the stock clutch with a heavier spring. But I don't mind this spring, but you know what I do? Not on this side. I don't really need it as much on the brake, because, well, it's not like your hand slips off it, but I notice when you're in traffic, I got this leather wrap thing on here with the heavy clutch. It's really not a big deal, but the heavy clutch spring actually gives you a lot more grab than the Kevlar. I don't know if the stock Harley clutch seems to work fine. It's like the spring needs to be stronger. And when you burn out your clutches from, like, really, when I was really hammering the hell out of this thing a lot, I found out it's really not all the plates. It's like there's like 2 or 3 plates in there you wind up changing, like 2 for some of the clutch material, and you don't change the whole pack. So if you get a whole pack of clutches and clutch discs, and the friction material, it's like metal ones and friction material, you wind up only changing a couple of them, actually, to tell you the truth, most of the time. And I found that out because otherwise it'd be really I used to go through clutches a lot on this thing, and I found the heavy duty spring is actually far more effective than going with Kevlar material. So, and of course I got my, I know it's not freaking foolproof, but I got my big old chain on here, and I actually even have a little bike cable chain, which sometimes if you park it somewhere, somebody just can't throw it in the back of a pickup truck, which is pretty cool. And I like these sparker things on here, not for looks so much. They light up when you're these things right here. It's not so much for looks. It's like cool if I know I'm trying to start it and say it's been sitting a while and the gas is getting shitty on it. Well, guess what? I could tell I got spark. And that's the one thing. So I know, hey, I got spark. I know I got compression. Well, the gas is shitty, so that tells me something. And we're going to be sticking some. And I'm going to make sure I get some PRI in this damn thing too, along with my chainsaw and all the other thing. I put in the El Camino, put in the gas generator before, so that's another issue, gas going bad. But those stupid things, that thing on I got a new hose on here, new hose. Of course, gas hose. I put the new hose on for the VOS vacuum operated electronic switch. I got the new little hose that goes back. Can't see it, with the little vacuum overflow hose. I had some vacuum hose laying around, brand new stuff, right size. So that's in there. So, and the choke does work, even though I got it rigged up with a tie. It does work. So it's, you know, an accelerator pump, you really don't need it on this thing because it runs so fat and rich. So actually it's fixed, but we're going to be getting the other parts in and fix it correctly all the way. But, you know, just to show you, it runs fine, man. So actually what I like to do after for cleaning, after using this awesome shit, I like to use furniture polish, but not on the tires and not on the seat. But furniture polish is cheap stuff for a nice little wax job without going, you know, too extensive on it, and it cleans a little bit. Well, like I said, especially actually on the tires, it probably wouldn't even, well, I wouldn't put it on the tires anyway, but it would probably wear off really quick as soon as you went, like, you know, 1/10 of a mile. But I hate having a seat that's slippery. You know, people put armor on these things that they look nice. I'm like, you gotta be freaking crazy, man. Because I like when I get on here, this bike, that's right, when I change this air cleaner, I like it better because it doesn't stick out as far. It's a stock ham can, but it's in a little closer because it's the Screaming Eagle air cleaner, which I kind of burnt up a little bit, but that don't matter. It's just got a little surface, like monster finish on it or some shit. Crinkle finish, but that ain't no big deal. I'll probably leave that alone. It's like a war wound. It's not going to affect the damn thing. So it runs fine. I'm happy with it, and it's kind of cool doing something on a bike once in a while because it's been stone cold reliable for umpteen years. You know, as long as you don't beat the crap out of them. You beat the crap out of these bikes, you beat the crap out of any bike, it starts breaking after a while, man. You just start breaking bullshit. You go through tires left and right, everything. You know, clutches. Just to tell you another stupid trick while I'm talking on here. You know what I found? Door lube. You know, the door lube you put in the transmissions for automatic transmissions. I put about 1 ounce of that in the transmission. It makes the shifting much smoother. And I know some Harley people go, "Oh, do that." Yeah, well, you know what? When I'm on a light, I can find neutral real easy. It's like goes right into neutral. But there's just like this little part that has like, I don't know, it's got like it looks like a little thing, like U-shaped thing with a couple circles in it. It's like a shift mechanism. They commonly break on these things because the shifting is not super smooth. But when I put that door lube in it, and I bought extra parts like that thing, because I heard there were common breakage on it. You know, I had to change it. You got to take the trans out and all that bullshit. It's not really hard to do, but you got to take the trans out. But since I put that door lube in it, and I've been running that all the time in its transmission, I've been running that for what, freaking since the early 90s. It's never broken. That part is never broken because it's not like a lot less strain on the shifting mechanism because everything in there works way smoother. So am I stupid for doing that? How many? I think I put a tip on another video. It probably got buried somewhere. But you know, even though I talk a lot in these videos, I tell you some weird shit that's dirt cheap, and it's, you know, it works. It works really good. So anyway, my favorite cleaning agents are not going to the Harley dealer and buying their little bullshit. Is Awesome Cleaner and just a can of the cheapest freaking furniture polish you can get from like Wally World or some shit. Just fine by me, man. No problemo.